Hello everyone, FedEx Gaming here, and welcome back to another Redstone tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing how to build my fully automatic melon/pumpkin farm version 2 ? Now there is another version on my channel that looks exactly the same as this one. However, guys, this one works 1,000 times better. As you can see, for one thing, it is way more compact. Instead of having 3 blocks in between the pistons and the second row, there is only 1 block. Also, on my first version, a few of my subscribers brought it to my attention that melons and pumpkins cannot grow without an air block above them. That was a big fault on my first version because there was no air block above them, making it so the back pistons were completely useless. So what happened is I completely took that out. I made a whole second row, so this thing, guys, grows so many melons and so many pumpkins. Now, I only built this thing, I would say, about a half hour ago, and yeah, we already have 5 stacks of melons plus 4 melon slices. Guys, this thing's gonna create so many melons and pumpkins. If you're building this on survival, I highly recommend just building 1 row. You don't need more than 1 row on this thing. If you're gonna build more row, then I have the feeling that you're just trying to show off to your friends, because they'll be like, oh, look at my nice little melon and pumpkin farm over here, and you can be like, oh yeah, well, look at my 90-story melon/pumpkin farm that makes 2,000 melons every hour. So for this build, you're going to need a 19x9 spacing. Now, this is just for the melon farm itself. If you're going to be doing the same collection bay I am, you're gonna have to come out to the left a little bit more. Now, the resources you're going to need for every single layer, this is just 1 layer of the melon farm. You're going to need 30 pistons, 1 redstone repeater, 1 redstone comparator, 17 redstone dust, 1 furnace, 1 piece of sand, 28 dirt blocks, and 1 non-stackable item. I'm going to be using wooden shovels because that's a pretty simple non-stackable item to get your hands on. Now, if you're going to be doing the same collection bay as I am, if you're not going to, then you don't have to do this part. But if you're going to be doing the same collection bay, you're going to need 4 hoppers, 1 redstone comparator, 1 redstone repeater, 1 redstone torch, 4 blocks of redstone, 2 redstone dust. We're also going to need 33 rails, 7 powered rails, and 1 minecart with a hopper. And we're also going to need 6 chests just to collect the melons. So once you have gotten your 19x9 spacing, come down to the bottom left-hand corner and count over 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then count up 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And then starting from this block right here, we're going to go towards the right 14 blocks with dirt. So delete down the block, place in a piece of dirt, and go that way 14 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now, from this dirt block, we're going to count up 5 blocks that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And place 14 more dirt blocks going this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and number 14. It should line up perfectly with here. And we're going to come out 1 more dirt block on this side. So come out just 1 more dirt block on the backhand side of your piston. Next, take out your regular pistons, and off this block that doesn't have any dirt in front of it, place a piston facing upward, skip a block, and face a piston towards you like so. Then we're going to skip every other block and do the same thing we just did here. So skip every block and place in a piston facing towards your dirt. And then on the opposite hand side, place your pistons facing inwards towards the back in between all these ones. Now, what this is going to do is just update these pistons that are going to be pushing out your melons. And then on this side, we're going to pretty much off the 15th dirt block that's going towards this piston facing upwards, place a piston going this way. Now, what this is going to do is when we have our bud switch in, this one right here is going to update this one so it knocks all your melons. So now what we're going to do is just skip every other block facing a piston inwards. So just face your pistons inward on every other block, and then face the ones towards your dirt. It should look exactly the same on both sides. So go ahead and place in your pistons in between every single one facing towards your dirt. So it should look something like this. Next, we're going to take out our sand block, and we're going to place our sand block right above the piston that is facing upwards. Place a furnace next to the sand block and put your non-stackable item inside your furnace. I'm going to be using my wooden shovels. Then we're going to come down a block next to this one and place a comparator coming out of your sand block. The comparator should come on thanks to the furnace. If you built the first version, guys, it's going to be quite similar, so this should be the exact same thing. Then we're going to go ahead and put a block up in front of your comparator, come over 1, and then put 2 pieces of redstone dust. 1, 2. The redstone dust should come on thanks to our comparator, and then bring your blocks going all the way down in between your pistons like so. So just bring it all the way down, 1 above your pistons to the end like that. Then come all the way back over here to your redstone dust, take out your repeater and put a repeater coming out of this redstone dust on 2 ticks delay, and then place redstone dust along all of these blocks. And what this is going to do is put your pistons into a budded state. So now if you place anything next to any one of these pistons, it will update them. So boom, as you can see, every single piston will update. So enough talk about melons, why don't we go ahead and place them in? So behind every piston that is not facing frontwards, because if we place a melon in front of a piston, it will just push it off. We're going to go ahead and put our melon seeds behind every piston that is facing away from us. So go ahead and just till this ground, place in your melon seeds. And if you have bone meal, I highly recommend just bone mealing it up so it could start growing melons right off the bat. So behind every single piston that is not facing towards you, go ahead and place in your melon seeds. So as you see, when it updates it, it won't break the melon seeds because it's not facing towards us like that. And you don't need water, guys, so don't worry. When you're using melons, you don't need water for it to grow faster, and you don't need water for it to stay there. There's a thing going on where people think like water makes melons grow faster. They really don't. They just truly don't. And then we're gonna come over here and do the same thing on this side. We're just gonna till the ground behind the pistons and then place in our melon seeds. There we go, all the way down. And then if you have bone meal, go ahead and bone meal them all up so they could start growing right off the bat. Now that our farm is done, we can go ahead and start building our collection base. Come right down over here to where your melon farm begins and place in normal rails going this way 13 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then off this last piston, we're going to place in a powered rail. Then put a block of redstone right here. The powered rail should come on. Place in a normal rail above your block of redstone, and then another powered rail going down. Place in 3 normal rails, 1, 2, 3. And then place in another powered rail, block of redstone, normal rail on top, and then another powered rail to the right hand side of it, and then place in normal rails going all the way towards the end. So go all the way towards the end. As you can see, this thing's already growing melons. And then right here at the last one, delete this block, place in a block of redstone with a powered rail right here, and then a block right to the side of it. Do not use a transparent block. It has to be a full block. So don't use glowstone, don't use stairs, don't use blocks of redstone. Make sure it's an actual block or your minecart will get stuck. Well, your minecart with a hopper will get stuck. Now it's time to build the collection bay itself. So come out one more normal rail next to this piston right here, and then go ahead and put a powered rail, put a block of redstone in front of it, and then we're gonna come up 3 rails going towards the top. So come up 2 more blocks, 1, 2, and then come up 3 normal rails, 1, 2, 3. Then right off this one, we're gonna go ahead and put a hopper facing downward. So just put a block next to it and put a hopper facing downward. Put a powered rail right above your hopper. So go into sneak mode and put a powered rail on top of it. Then we're gonna come up another block like so, right next to this powered rail. So just put a block next to your powered rail, put a normal rail on top of it, up another block, put another normal rail, delete this normal rail, and just put a block right here. So it should look something like that. Next, take out your chest and place in 3 double chests right in front of this hopper. So look right in front of the hopper. Doesn't really matter if you go this way or this way. Just make sure the chests are in front of this hopper. So we're gonna go 1, 2 like that. Then go into sneak mode, put 2 more, 1, 2, and then put another 2 on top of that one. So as you can see, it's right in front of the hopper. Next, swing around to the backhand side of your chest and place in 3 hoppers from this top hopper going into the back of your chest. So 1, 2, 3. Next, place a block to the side of your 3rd hopper, and then put a comparator coming out of the top one. So put a comparator coming out of your top hopper with a block in front of it. Put a torch coming off the side of the block. Then we're gonna go ahead and come 2 blocks underneath your torch. So 1, 2, delete this block and place in a piece of redstone dust. Put a block next to it and put a repeater going into this block on 3 ticks delay. Then right above your redstone torch, place in a block. Place a block right above your 3 tick delay repeater by going into sneak mode, and place another block above your comparator. Then off of this one right here, place in a piece of redstone dust. This redstone torch should turn it on, thus keeping on our rails. So now all we have to do is just put our minecart with a hopper on our rails, and it should start collecting all of these melons. Now once it comes back around, it should turn off this rail thanks to this torch right over here. So we're gonna place it in our minecart with a hopper. It should go all the way around collecting all of our melons. And then it's going to swing back over here, and this is going to turn it off. There we go. It turns it off. It starts letting all the melons out into your chests. And then once it has put all the melons in, it goes back around and collects it once again. So as you can see, we have already collected 12 melon. All right, guys, so your farm is completely done. So now I'm going to show you how to expand it so you can get a lot more melons/pumpkins. So if you want to also, you can put melons on one side and pumpkins on the other. But we're going to go ahead and place in glowstone right above all our pistons. This will give light so no creatures spawn, and it will also give light so your melons will grow. Then right over to the side of your glowstone, we're going to place in another row of dirt. So go right above that dirt over there and place it in. As you can see, there should be only 2 blocks in between this dirt, and just go all the way down following the same line. Guys, it's the same exact thing over and over again. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Take out your glowstone, place it along all the tops of your pistons. If you want to, you can change out the glowstone for torches, but I highly recommend just using glowstone. And then place in your dirt 1 block, well, 2 blocks above your other dirt, and go all the way down. There we go. We are all the way at the end. And next, we're going to take out our normal blocks and just place in some normal blocks right here. It'll make putting the pistons in a lot easier. So just go ahead and place in some normal blocks above your glowstone all the way. And make sure you come 1 block above this furnace right here. So now it's time to place in our regular piston. So do the same thing we just did down here, up here. So make sure this piston is facing inwards because it needs to update that piston over there. And then just skip every other block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. And then do the same thing on this side, just skip in between every single block. and then we're just going to go ahead and face them inwards now. So come over here and face them this way. There we go. Just put them in between every single block like that, and every single block like that. It's the same exact thing over and over again, guys. It's not that difficult. Then right here, we're going to place a piston facing upwards with a sand block on top of it. Next, place in your furnace and put your non-stackable item inside your furnace. I'm going to be using wooden shovels like I did before. Place a block off the side of your piston with a comparator coming out of the block. The comparator should come on thanks to that wooden shovel. Put 2 blocks from the side of your comparator, 1, 2, with 2 pieces of redstone dust, and then bring down your row of blocks all the way to the end of your pistons. Then we're going to come all the way back over here, place in your repeater going this way on 2 ticks delay, with rows of redstone dust going all the way down. I just locked that repeater. Rows of redstone dust going all the way down to the end, and that is your bud switch completely done. So if I place a block right here, so now it is time to place in our melons. So behind every single piston, place in your melons, and you can go ahead and bone meal them up too. So I'm just going to skip this part, guys, because I'm sure you all know how to place in melons. And that is it, guys. Your second farm is completely done. So now all you have to do is take out your glowstone and place it right above your pistons. And if you want to do a third one, just keep doing the same thing over and over again. However, now that we have made a second row of farm, we're going to have to put a barrier around it so the melons that grow off the second row and any row beyond that doesn't go flying all the way off into the distance. So what I like to use is glass here. You can use whatever you like. You don't have to see the farm, but we're going to go ahead and use glass. So starting from this melon right here, we're just going to place in a row of glass and go around the entire thing all the way to the end, and then we're gonna have to come up a few more rows just so we could see everything inside of it. You don't have to do it. You can put normal blocks there so you don't have to see anything, but I normally like to see everything. So I'm just gonna skip ahead on this part. Next, take out your blocks of choice, and we're just going to fill in the sides over here, hiding up our redstone. So fill in this whole entire little area up to the top, and do the same thing over here. I usually like coming out one more like that, and we're just going to fill in this whole entire area, fill up this area as well, so we don't have to see any of that redstone back there, like so. And then we can also place in blocks right here. I usually come up 2 blocks just so my minecart does not get stuck, and then just place in blocks like that. Next, we're going to go ahead and put our cap over it. Once you feel like you have built enough farms and you are ready to put your cap above this thing, we're going to come up 2 normal blocks above our glass blocks. And there is your cap for your melon farm. So now enemies can't fall inside of it and other little things. I usually just like capping it off. And then we can come over here and we could just clean up this area a little bit more as well. We could place in some blocks right here, place in some blocks like that. And then if you want to, you can also clean up this area as well by placing in a few blocks like so. And then what I did was right above the chest, so you can go into that last chest, is I just placed in some stairs right here. So go ahead and take out some quartz stairs or whatever kind of walling you're going to be doing. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to need some sort of transparent block above these chests so we can go inside of it. So all I did was I just put in 2 stairs right here like this and like this. There we go. So now we can't see over there, and we can also access this chest. But guys, you are completely done. That is the entire thing. So let's see how many melons we got while I was building this thing. We already almost have a full stack of melons, guys, off only 2 rows, and some more melons are being grown right now. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys, peace.